Hey everybody, welcome to my next Let's Play, and this will be none other than quite possibly my favorite Collect-athon of all time, and that would be Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. And you can see I've played it a little bit here, but that was just for my practice run, just to refresh my memory of the game early on. But yeah, let's jump right in. Oh boy, I'm excited. But yeah, I think out of any Collect-athon I've played, this game and like Banjo-Kazooie are probably the two most like polished and just well done ones out there. I mean, of course, like other ones like Spyro and all that are great as well. Don't get me wrong, I love those games too, but I don't know. This one to me is just the most well done. And there we got the Daxter, you just got dissed by the Naughty Dog logo. Oh, not only that, but also by your best friend, who's got the super sweet Super Saiyan hair. Anyway, but yeah, and look at that, we got the good old Jak and Daxter logo that looks like a crunchy Dorito Cheeto thing. Anyway, let's jump right in, File 2, and start it up. And I will shut up during the cutscenes because it'll probably be annoying if I talk over them.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of greed ego, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act.
Figured I'd get up and get a drink real quick before it starts.
Hey, Jak, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Oh man, what's really sad is that I can probably recite this entire beginning cutscene word for word because I've played this game so many times. Oh snap, what we got going on here?
Continue your search for artifacts and eco.
Okay, we got Mr. Asthma here.
Precursor items,
Yeah, this guy always kind of sounded like he had asthma. His voice is very like breathy and like sounds like he's having a hard time breathing. Well, ruh-roh, looks like we got some bad guy business going on, and we got scene 2. Good job, guys.
What are you doing here anyway, Jak? This place gives me the creeps.
Daxter, you klutz.
Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crap? Now I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy.
I always wondered, like, every time I play this game, I mean, it never gets explained, and I guess it's not really important either, but for some reason when Jak picks that up, it, like, reacts to him, sort of. Oh man, what you gonna do, Jak? What you gonna do? Oh, dang. Well, see ya, Dax. It was nice knowing you. Oh, spoke too soon.
Man, that stung. I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened. What? Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Ah boy, so the good old journey begins.
in tarnation do you two want?
They was, I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Collect-athon, the sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it, if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds, just waiting for some brave adventurer to
Aw,
find.
snap, Jack.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both
Oh,
into
man.
ferns.
Alrighty. Alright, guys, here we go.
This device
What
is
we
a
got?
communicator.
Hi there,
With it, my
Kira.
father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
Alright, yeah, with that in mind, guys, I'm going to turn off the play hints because throughout the game, they will interrupt you. Well, not interrupt you, early on, actually. They will go and, like, interrupt the gameplay and, like, freeze it and make you listen to some stuff that I already know. So, during the tutorial, I'm going to turn that up for the time being so we can just get through this little area. But I'm going to turn it back on, though, after we get done with Geyser Rock, because they don't interrupt you anymore. They'll just have, like, little comments they throw in here and there during the game. But, yeah, we got our first of 101 power cells there. And, honestly, as much as I love this game, this isn't a problem at all by any means, but it's actually not very hard to 100%. Like, all the power cells, like, they're hidden, but they're not, like, absurdly hidden, you know what I mean? Like, they're not like other platformers where it's like, they're just like, barely findable, you know? Like, there are certain games I've played where like, the main collectibles are like, just hidden in the most jerkish, stupid places. Like, I don't know, if you played like Mario 64, like at the final, like, level leading up to the final boss, like, that last red coin that's hidden like, right underneath those steps that, before you go into the pipe to fight Bowser, like, that's like one of the most jerkish, most hidden items in a game I've played, but like, in this game, there isn't really anything like that. Well, actually with the exception of one, but that's for way later. There is one particular power cell that is like, really, really stupidly hidden. Like, I mean, it's not the worst, but at the same time, like, when I was younger and I first found it, it took me ages to find. And with that, we got another one. Looky there. And I'm gonna go and get some more orbsy orbs. But yeah, the orbs are essentially like the gems in the Spyro games, where like they're used to like buy like the most important items in the game. Like for Spyro 2, of course, you know, it was like getting like your new moves, or like in Spyro 1 you used it to progress a little bit. It was almost kind of like the notes in Banjo-Kazooie. But in this game, it's like Spyro 3, where you use them to like get more important stuff done. Like you'll exchange usually like 90 for another power cell, and in some cases, let's see a little bit later, you'll be exchanging like 120 each for one, but that'll be for a bit later to see.
nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
And no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd like to stay in chat, Big Green, but we're itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the maps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Alright, can do. And if we look over here, we will actually see a callback to Crash Bandicoot 2. You might recognize it's the Venus flytrap enemy from that game. But yeah, I love when games do little Easter eggs like that. It's always a nice, fun little detail. Let's go talk to Kira. How's it going?
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grab Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing.
Jack's like, back off!
If you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
Yep, that's exactly what we're going to be doing in a little bit. Before we take care of Samos's little favor, we're going to be taking care of Kira's little favor first because... Wow, that was a loud burp. Excuse me. But before we do that, we're going to take care of Kira's because if we do hers first, it'll actually save us some backtracking that we'll have to do. And yeah, don't want to have to do a whole lot of that because backtracking makes for a slow-paced game, and we don't want things to be slow-paced. We want to get through nice and smooth. And yeah, we're gonna first go and find all these Scowflies over here in Sand River Village, the first main hub of the game. Alrighty. So my story with this game when I first came across it, the first Jak and Daxter game I actually ever came across was Jak 2. But I found that game when I was like, I don't know, like 4 years old. And obviously, I mean, as you might be able to imagine, that game's a little bit mature for a 4-year-old, I mean, at the time, if you ask me. So, I mean, like, my dad was like, this game's, like, a little bit big for you, and he wanted me to, like, I don't know, get a different game. Like, I rented the second one, I had a lot of fun with it, but I wasn't allowed to buy it for a while. So then I went and got the first game, and I ended up loving this game, too, because I always grew up with, like, other Collect-athons, like, you know, like Spyro or Crash, or not just Collect-athons, but like platformers in general, you know? Like Mario, Sonic, Crash Bandicoot, Gex, Croc, all that fun stuff. Okay, if we want to get this stupid yak into this pen here, because this farmer guy who's like sleeping, he'll actually give us a power cell for doing this. So, I'm gonna round up these stupid little buggers here. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Get in. Thank you. Alright. Here's the other dude. Sorry, buddy, I'm gonna have to interrupt your feast right there, because power cells are more important than your hunger at the moment, buddy. Sorry to tell you. It's the sad reality of the world of J&D at the moment. Come on. Skedaddle cattle. Let's go. There we are. Alright, one more. And we hit our face off a rock, making us even smarter than we already are. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. There we go. Come on. Turn around. Turn around. Thank you. Alrighty, and before I forget, let's turn the little play hint things back on, because like I said, they no longer like interrupt the game. They'll just say like little stuff here and there.
Ah, well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
You're welcome, Farmer Aham. Alrighty, another power cell. Yippee-yo, yippee-yay. And I believe, if I didn't get it already, yep, there is another scout fly right here. There we go. Man, I just love how fluid the controls in this game are. Like, they just, everything in this game just flows, like, super smooth. Like, I love it. like, to me, that just, if you have, like, the controls, like, down really well, I mean, I have to say, like, there are good games that don't have the best controls that are still great, but if you get the controls down to, like, super smooth, like, you already have, like, an even more, like, amazingly fun experience like this. Like, even if this game was, like, not quite as amazing as I believe it is, it would still be pretty dang good just for the controls alone, but on top of the game being great, the controls are great as well, so thanks for interrupting me with your obvious remark, Daxter. You kind of just saw it happen firsthand, but whatever. That's irrelevant. We are now entering the Forbidden Jungie, and if we cut around the corner here, we get some more orbs. So, I will not be getting every single orb in the game, however, I will be getting all 101 power cells, because the power cells, getting all of them, contributes to getting the best ending, whereas the orbs do not. They don't really count for anything like that. They don't really count towards 100%ing the game in that way. Alright, get rid of Ka right there. Good thing we caught onto that. Oh my god. Puns for the win, brah. Puns for the win. Ah, another snakey snake. And get up these stumpy platforms. We missed one. Go back. There we go. This orbs in this game kind of look like the jet egg from that one Jimmy Neutron episode when they had to like sneak in and get that egg thingy for the princess ends up being Professor Finbot Clammus or whatever. Kind of makes me think of that. And we can whack this stupid tentacle ripoff from Rayman 2. Yeah, these things kind of remind me, like in Rayman 2, if you've played that game, there's like certain levels that have like these tentacle-y things. And that's what it kind of looks like. And if we drop below here, we can find this Fisher dude. How's it going?
What do you have in the basket?
Nothing to talk about. Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishery. And now they're gobbling up me catch. No matter what I try, I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Woo! Maybe it's your breath.
Probably.
You can do better. Try swooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then I'll let you and Shrimp here use my speedboat.
I love when he pats Daxter's head like that. Daxter's just like, eh. Yep, we would like to try.
Good fish to catch. 1 pound fishies and 5 pound fishies. And if you miss 20 pounds of good fish, then I'm gonna take me net back from you. There are poisonous eels in this river. Catch even one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
Yep. But yeah, when I was younger, I used to be super bad at this. Like, I sucked miserably at this because I was always so eager to catch stuff. And every time an eel would come down and catch it and, like, screw the whole thing up. Either that or I just missed these fish because I was a dumb butt.
Here comes a big one.
Yeah, like, I always refer to, like, these, like, eels as jelly donuts because, like, a while back I was playing this game with a different friend of mine. There was, he kept looking at them, he's like, watch out for the jelly donuts, and I was like, why do you call them jelly donuts? And he's like, well, they look like them. I'm like, kind of. I don't know, but that's kind of funny to me, so it always kind of stuck with me, so I always think of that. It's one of those little nostalgic connections I have with this game. Oh boy. Come on, fishies. Come on. They're going down like a Guitar Hero sort of pattern here, sort of. There was like a Let's Play of this game I once watched. Someone like said, oh, it's almost like Guitar Hero, and I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, it kind of does look like it, just the way like the formation of the fish come down, it kind of looks like it. Whoa. Ruh-roh raggy. Look out for the jelly donors. Jelly donuts. The jelly donor. Would that be defined as someone who donates jelly? I don't know. I'm pretty sure there isn't such thing as a jelly donor. If so, then I'm a stupid head and I'm wrong. But what the heck am I even talking about? I might bring up the most random crap right now. Whoa. Come on. Come on. Don't miss him. Let's see if we can get through this whole thing without... I did it.
200 pounds of fish.
Spoke too soon.
For a couple of landlubbers. Here's the power cell I promised. And you can use my boat at the village dock whenever you like.
Alright, sweetness, bro. We got another one. Yep. That will be 7 power cells now, but we still got quite a bit to go left in this place. Yeah, I actually like this level. Like, I don't think there's one place this entire game that I absolutely despise. Like, I love this entire game. Like, everything about it's enjoyable. There's nothing really in the game that just I outright hate. I say as I beat my face in with the Dark Eco box. Alright, let's hop along this precursor metal and get some Orbsy Orb. And if you look in the distance, there's another Scoutfly. Trampoline. Trampoline. Ice cream. Ferris wheel. 2 ice creams. Clam wrestling. Still 2 ice creams. Oh man. Can never resist a good SpongeBob quote, man. Oh, I miss the good old SpongeBob days. Like, SpongeBob used to be, like, really clever, but as it went on and, like, the writers changed, like, it got more and more, like, less intelligent and got... I mean, the show was never really intelligent, I mean, but I think you know what I mean. Like, it got less clever as, like, when the writers changed for it. Out of my face, Lurker. Wow, I am getting beat up by the easiest enemies in the game right now. But before we go and set up that bridge, there is another power cell right over here waiting for us. Come on, get these Orbsy Orb, this other Orbsy Orb, and there we go. As you can tell, it's kind of turning nighttime now. And just like the Zelda games, it kind of has like a day and night cycle. And I love stuff like that too. It's another little neat piece that's like a good attention to detail. And if we hurry over here, we can get ourselves another one of these orb vents. Don't kill me, Lurker. Thank you very much. And don't spin the box, thank you. And we get 4 Scoutflies. Sweetness, brah. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright. Missed that orb. I actually saw it missed earlier, but I was going to come back here anyway, so... Wasn't a big deal. Wasn't a big deal. Alright. And another power cell in this little hidden door. So, every now and then, there are certain power cells where, like, they'll do that specific dance there. Like, you'll notice, like, there's, like, a larger sounding, like a bigger thump at the end of that beat whenever they do, like, the little, power cell jingle. I don't know, I always thought it was kind of weird when they do that specific dance that, like, it sounded different. Something weird and interesting I always kind of took note of. Alright, I don't know what happened just there. I punched and it like went backwards out of nowhere. And if we approach this bridge, just like the Force, we will levitate all these pieces of precursor metal and be on our very way. And watch out for the tentacles.
We need to get to the top of that tower.
Yep, but before we go to the top of the tower, if we cut around this here corner, there's another power. I was gonna call it a power cell, but I meant Scoutfly. Silly boy. That's another one of those dumb inside jokes I had with my friend. Like, one time I was, like, at school, and this friend of mine, like, he kind of ad-libbed some of the words to a book. Like, there's a part where, like, this kid, like, falls out a window and, like, hurts himself. Like, the window wasn't super high, but, like, when he fell out, like, in this book, it said, like, and the boy fell out the window. And my friend, as we were reading in class, he just goes, like, the boy fell out the window. Silly boy. And everybody just started laughing, because it was, like, really unnecessary. Funny stuff, man. Funny stuff. Alright. And sequence break this crap and head to the tippity top. And we are currently at probably the highest point in this first area of the game. If you look around here, you can see a good bit of stuff. There's Misty Island. You can see Samos's hut over there in Sandover Village. If you look closely behind Samos's hut, we can see Geyser Rock. And if we look behind us, you can see a little blimp thing over there. And looks like a little canyon across there. It's gonna... Actually, no, it's the fire canyon that Kira was talking about. So, yep, some stuff that you may or may not recognize. Some stuff we've been to earlier, and a little bit of stuff to expect for a little later in the game. Alright, elevator. What wonders lie beneath here? There's a launcher that we can't use just yet.
But you aren't powered up with the blue stuff, so it ain't gonna help us.
Daxter, pal, I love you as much as the next guy, but you're kind of pointing out all the obvious right now, because I just said that, and yeah, no need for that, pal. Alright, more Orbsy Orb, and there is a switch that Kira was thinking of that we just happened to find. And would you look at that? It's got a power cell on top of it. Shazam, bam, clam. Fam. What the heck am I even saying? I don't care, I'm just having fun with this stuff. Yep. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, like, I just have fun with my commentary. Like, a lot of people, like, when they think about commentary in this, will, like, kind of overthink it. It's like, oh, I feel like my commentary needs to, like, it needs to be very specific, or it needs to, like, be like this or that. And, like, in my head, it's like, you just have to have fun with it, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really be self-conscious. You just have to be sort of, oh, hi there. Look at that. It's a giant Venus flytrap. I don't think this thing was very happy with Samos for taking one of its children. And because of that, it's going to take its anger out on Jak and Daxter here. Not unless we take care of it first. Don't eat my face, please. Thank you very much. Alright, come on. And if we uppercut this guy, we can kind of sequence break. Because normally he'll have like these like little leaf platforms come out and you'll hop on them, then hit him. But you can actually skip that and just kind of uppercut him like I did there. Let's do it again. But yeah, the boss fights in this game are very similar to like the Crash Bandicoot boss fights, if you know anything about them. Alright, got rid of you, got rid of you, and you're done. And we got full health. And last hit. And skadoosh, another power cell. Daxter's air guitaring. I was about to say Dax, I meant Jak is fist pumping, and if we hop on this plant's head right here, we will actually get some orbs. It's not unlimited, because that would literally break the entire game, but I think it has a total of 5. Yep, pretty sure it's the number, I didn't really count. But who cares, because we launch, and look at that. Who would have known that you can come right out of this platform right here that we were at earlier. And with that said, remember that, actually no, we never talked, the thing about this game that I should mention, I think, is that there are certain things, or like people rather, you talk to, they'll give you an objective, but if you've played the game before and you know what to do for an objective, you can actually do like the objective for them before talking to them. Then once you have it complete, you can just talk to them, and it's almost as if you already had talked to them before. So, it saves you a little bit of time. Alright, come on, there we go, we got every single orb. And, uh-oh, we broke stuff. Nothing important.
Those power doohickeys scattered all over the jungle must redirect the eco beam. Let's go fiddle with them. Line up the beam by pointing it at the next tower.
Ah, jeez, what happened? Sorry, I was checking something for a moment. My like computer went on screensaver and it kind of made me think it interrupted the recording. But nope, it didn't.
Hey, we can follow the beam to find the next tower.
You know what, guys? I think we will continue with connecting the eco beams next time on Let's Play Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. I am Hookalakonk, and yeah, guys,